In some cases, the contract can stipulate that the sample should be sent to a particular lab. So they want lab report from a particular lab. In some meaning, they will put, for example, LST. In this video, I'll be looking at what you should look out for in your export contract, what you should be checking in your export contract, what you should be confirming in your export contract, what you should be validating in your export contract. This is different from the content of your export contract. This is different from validating your export contract. This is what should you check. So I want to sign the contract. What should I look out for in the contract? Number one, I should check the parties I'm signing contract with. So the topic is what to look out for in your export import contract. What to look out for in your export import contract. So the first is the parties. The person I discuss with on phone and we exchange mail together, is it the same person and company that sent the contract I am going to sign? Because it's one thing for me to talk to individual A, company A, and then contract I'm signing individual B, company B, and it's possible, but I need to confirm. If that happens, why is that the case? Just to be sure, who exactly am I dealing with in this contract? Number two is the product. The product. Now, what am I checking under the product? I'm checking the parameters. I'm checking the quantity. What was the quantity we agreed in our conversation? What was the parameter? Because it's one thing for us to agree on a particular quantity and a particular parameter, but what you are giving me is entirely different from what we agreed. Quantity and parameter. Parameter is actually quality specification. Parameter is actually quality specification. So if I'm doing tiles, what is the dimension of the tile? What is the type of the tile? What is the color of the tile? All those information is, if it's commodity, what is the moisture content, what is the impurity level, what is the nut count, if it's cashew nut, what is the kernel output ratio, all these nuances and information are what will be required. So number one, product. Number two, number one, part. Number two, product. Number three, pricing. Under pricing, I'm looking at unit price, I'm looking at incoterms. Under pricing, I'm looking at unit price. So what is the unit price? Is the unit price in the contract before I sign? Maybe we should call the title what to consider, what to check before you sign the export contract. What to consider, maybe that's what you should put. What to consider before you sign the export contract. I think that would be a good topic. Now, pricing. The pricing, is it the pricing we agree? Remember, there's always a pre-negotiation and conversation before we eventually arrive at the price. That pre-negotiation and conversation, what was the price we agreed and what is the price you are putting now? And then the incoterm. The incoterm separate transaction cost and risk between buyers and sellers in international trade transactions. The incoterm separate transaction cost and risk between buyers and sellers in international trade transactions. So what is the incoterm? If it is FOB, if it is CFR, depending on the incoterm. And by incoterm, I'm actually talking about delivery terms. Maybe I should even separate it and put delivery terms. You know why? If I'm doing FOB, or I'm doing CFR, or I'm doing DAP. If I'm doing FOB, I'm not paying freight. If I'm doing CFR, I'm paying freight. If I'm doing DAP, I'm not just paying freight. I'm going to deliver to a location in the importer's country. So each of them have cost implication. Each of them have cost implication. And because they all have cost implication, then we have to agree. And if we have agreed, this contract you are giving me to sign now, is it the delivery term we agreed there that you are now putting on it? Is it the delivery term we agreed there that you are now putting on it? The next thing to check is the payment terms and payment method. Payment terms and payment method. Payment terms and payment method. What is payment terms? I'll pay in advance before shipment, or I'll pay after shipment. Payment term. I'll pay 60% first and balance later. Payment term. I'll pay 30% first and balance later. Payment term. But when we look at payment method, we are looking at letter of credit, we are looking at bill for collection, we are looking at advance payment and open account. In advance payment, I'm paying in advance, either in full or partially, which is similar to payment term. Or in open account, I'm paying after shipment, either before arrival or even after arrival and clearing and confirmation of the quality. But in bill for collection, the documents are transmitted to the bank, but the bank does not have obligation to pay. The bank are only channel for transmitting documents and receiving payment. The bank are only channel for transmitting documents and receiving payment. The banks are only channel for transmitting documents. The bank in this place is the importer's bank, the exporter's bank. The bank are only channel for transmitting documents and accepting payment. The bank are only channel for transmitting documents and collecting payment. Now, in the next is letter of credit. In bill for collection, even though the bank receive documents and collect payment, the bank are not obligated to pay. So if the buyer is unable to pay, the bank will not be held responsible. If the buyers are unable to pay, the banks will not be held responsible. What other things? Now, letter of credit. Letter of credit is an undertaking of the buyer's bank given to the seller, which give assurance of payment when shipment is made and documents are presented that confirm to the term and condition of a letter of credit. In bill for collection, you are entrusting the collection of payment and transmission of documents to your bank without any liability on the part of the bank. In letter of credit, the bank is giving undertaking to pay. The bank is giving undertaking to pay. That means the bank becomes liable for any default in payment. So, payment terms, payment method. Then shipping and logistics. Shipping and logistics. Shipping and logistics. By that I mean, when are we shipping? Latest date of shipment. When are we shipping? Is it possible? Which shipping line are we using? Is there a shipping line we must not use? When is the date we are supposed to ship? Is it the date we agree? Which shipping line are we using? Which port are we shipping to? Port of discharge. Loading is determined by you, so you can decide which loading. In fact, loading and discharge. Because port of loading and discharge. Because even though port of loading is under your purview, it's also possible that you want a particular port you have agreed. Port of loading and discharge. Now, the idea here is this. I'm just validating and confirming. The things we agree. Is that what you have put on the contract? Because we might have exchange mail. Maybe I send you my what is often called a full corporate offer, and you accepted it, and now we are drafting contract based on that. The contract being drafted, is it based on what we agree? We have agreed that these are the. So this is the point where you request for any form of correction and amendment before you go ahead and sign. So you are checking the shipping line. Is it shipping line we agree? The port, is it the same port? When are we even shipping? The latest date of shipment. At this point also, we might even include the shipping document. The shipping document. The shipping document. The shipping document that we let me separate that. Let me separate that because that's very important. So I will separate the shipping document from others. Shipping document. shipping documents. The shipping document. So in this case, you're asking, what are the shipping documents? Bill of lading, invoice, packing list, certificate of origin, quality and quantity inspection, insurance. What are the shipping documents? What are the shipping documents? Now, the shipping document you are asking me to get for you to clear, can I get it in my country? Those are the questions you are asking yourself. Remember, the contract has been drafted. I'm checking before I sign if the terms there are comfortable for me, if the terms there are what I can meet, if the terms there is based on what we agree. The next is pre-shipment inspection and acceptance. Pre-shipment inspection and acceptance of the inspection. Pre-shipment inspection and acceptance. Pre-shipment inspection and acceptance. What exactly does that mean? Pre-shipment inspection and what exactly does that mean? The idea here is this. What are the quality specifications, which we have also mentioned here? What is the pre-shipment inspection? Who is the pre-shipment inspection agent? When is the inspection supposed to be done? Who is doing it? At what price? Who is bearing the cost? In some cases, the buyer bears the cost. In some cases, the seller bears the cost. In some cases, the contract can stipulate that the sample should be sent to a particular lab. So they want lab report from a particular lab. In some meaning that they will put, for example, Alex Stewart. In agri-commodity, they can put SGS. A particular lab. Why? We want to be sure of the quality of the shipment being sent. If we are not sure of the quality, meaning that we issues, then we can then look at, if it's manufactured good, for example, you can put warranty and liability. Warranty and liability. Warranty and if anything goes wrong, who is bearing the cost? If there's a delay in payment, what are the liability for that delay? If there's an issue with the goods, what is the warranty you are giving me? And lastly, termination. When does this contract stop? You can even put force majeure, check force majeure. So, number one, the parties. Am I signing the agreement with the party I'm negotiating with, that we have discussed with, that I'm comfortable with? And I'm looking at the importer and the address and contact, the exporters and the address and contact, then the product. And by product, I'm looking at the description of goods. What you are telling me to ship, or is it what we agreed that we are going to ship? Then parameters, the specification you want for this product. Is this specification I will be able to meet up with? Pricing. The pricing you are stating, is it what we agree? Is it profitable for me? Payment. The payment terms, is it one that is favorable to me and based on what we agree? Then delivery. The Incoterm. Is the Incoterm giving me an extra cost? Did we agree on Incoterm where my risk and cost end where yours start from? Shipping and logistics. When are we shipping? Latest date of shipment. On that document, what is the latest date of presentation of document? But here, latest date. What are we shipping? When are we shipping rather? Latest date of shipment. Logistics. Port of loading, port of discharge, shipping line. Is it what we agree? Inspection and acceptance. Who is doing the inspection? What is he inspecting? What are the specifications he's inspecting? And what are the specifications that you accept, that you are okay with? Warranty and liability. If there are issues, who is responsible? Who is going to pay? Force majeure. Termination. Documentation. And lastly, dispute resolution. Please check all these against what you agree before you go ahead and sign. This is basically saying, if you want to know what your contract should contain, it's much more than this. This is just about, I think, 13. What your contract contains is actually about 20. And that has been done in another video. So you can check on this YouTube channel and you'll find it in another video. See you in the next video. Bye for now.